Hey, it's Jim, landsforyou.com, and I wanted to show you this article that I'm going to publish here on the blog shortly, How to Buy Cheap Land in the USA Without a Realtor. One of the things that I come across is people oftentimes, mostly in Canada, sometimes in Mexico, they want to buy land in the US and they wonder how that's possible. Or you have people who wonder how you can buy land without going through a realtor. And so I'm just going to kind of cover it real quick in this article right here. Basically, when you have someone who's selling land themselves for sale by owner, you actually don't need to use a realtor. So a lot of the land that you might see on places like Craigslist or on a land site like mine, my wife and I actually own the property. So we can sell it either for cash, where you get the property right away, or we can sell it for monthly payments, where you can make the monthly payments, and once they're all paid off, then my wife and I will deed it over to you. So why skip the realtor? One of the biggest reasons to skip a realtor is they're just a middleman. So you can actually talk directly to the seller of the property, and that way you don't have to pay a commission. A lot of times if the properties are small, so if they're less than say 50,000, a lot of realtors don't want to list it. It's just not worth their time and headache to go out there and take pictures, and the margins aren't interesting enough for them. So that's another reason why sometimes smaller properties you'll get to buy it directly from the owner, which is great because you're going to be able to save money on realtor fees, and you can also negotiate directly. So you can structure a deal between you and the seller where you can say, I want to pay this much a month, this is what I want to put down, and you can arrange something that works out that's mutually beneficial. Start with a clear goal. That's important because you want to know what you're going to be doing on the land. So, for instance, if you want to build a house and live out there one day as a primary residence, you want to make sure that there's probably utilities nearby. There might be hospitals nearby, things like that. You want a certain amount of density. So if you need a grocery store, for example, you don't want to buy something that's way out in the country that's good for maybe stargazing or rock hounding or camping. That's probably not what you want to be. That's probably not what you are going to be looking for. So you always want to be clear about that whenever you're buying something. Start with the end in mind and with a clear goal. You can look for land on lots of websites. There's Landmodo. Obviously, I'm biased towards my land website, but you can find land at landmodo.com, land.com. Some other ones are landsearch.com. So those are good places to find what you're looking for. Zillow is good, but that's more for stuff that's probably listed on the MLS. If you're looking for something that's smaller and that's a little bit more negotiable, you can find that on local sites like mine, or you can find it on places like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Due diligence is absolutely key. It's important to know the zoning, the legal access, where utilities are, things like that. Anything that's important, the person that you're buying it from should be able to tell you about and should be able to give you that information. They should be able to easily tell you zoning, um, stuff like floodplain, things like that, access, all that good stuff. Make sure that you do your due diligence and make sure you ask the people that you're buying the land from. They should be willing to help you out. Making the purchase, um, yeah, you want to make sure that the contract makes sense. The contract that my wife and I use for all our customers, it's 15 pages. The whole thing's written in plain English. There's no fine print. And if somebody has a question on any of it, we're very happy to explain it. It should not be something complicated that you can't read through yourself. And then finally, buying land has never been easier. You want to work with someone that's going to hold your hand throughout the process and answer all the questions that you have. My wife and I have over 100 five-star Google reviews, so we do a great job at really slowing things down. If it's your first purchase, we're happy to hold your hand every step of the way. And it should be fun. It should be something exciting. And it's cool to own something that's yours that you can pass on to friends or a child, and we're here to help. So, with that, let me know if you have any questions. Doesn't matter if you're watching this in the UK, Canada, Mexico, wherever. We make it easy to buy, and we're here to help. So, look forward to working with you and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.